This time for the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series. Looking forward to them returning to the Oval. I'm Joe Peak with Blake McCandless and Ryan Vargas here to bring you the action at the Brickyard here in Speedway, Indiana. Looks like the pace car is in. Now Colin has control of the field as they wait patiently for the flag from Barney. And there it is. Green flag is out. It is a flight down into turn one for our field of 40. Easy to do off of that corner. We've been getting some 3 wide farther in the pack, like right here, coming into turn 3. Oh, that drifts up into the 22, as I think that's Luza getting very loose. He's going to gather it back up somehow, and then shooting up the inside. My goodness, that is the 69 of Ray Alfala. Mr. 4 Time has made his presence known.
That's just the product of a stack up here at Indianapolis. Everybody's fighting for that groove, fighting for that spot. And you can see the draft here now. You see the 12 getting absolutely freight trained by all the cars on the outside lane. And that's because of the draft. They have so much more momentum down the front straightaway here.
Doucette, as we watched on board with the 55, still trying to ride that high line a little bit. He's got Garrett Lowe just below him currently as they drift off of 2. Looks like a bit of a loose moment there for the 89 car, who thankfully gets it back up to the top, but doesn't have the momentum. Just to his high side, Garrett Maines tries to see if he can now go by, but now he's stuck on the outside, Ryan. Bayous gets up to the outside as Duvall down to the bottom. In fact, he's got a partner running with him. Casey Kerwin gives a big push down the backstretch. It looks like they might both be able to get this pass done. And this has been the fight for what is essentially 4th position, because the top 2 are running away. Salas has decided he wants to try and chase after them, and this has caused quite the eruption of action, Ryan.
Yeah, no, Bias, you could see he's losing the handle on that race car. He had a pretty decent sized slide off of turn number 1, and that choked up his momentum there, and it really caused a stack up coming off of 2, and it's just a no-brainer. Everybody's trying to follow the inside. You see the draft, they're pushing. It's almost like we're tandem racing here at Indianapolis down the straightaways.
Yeah, nice big shove there for Caden Honeycutt. That leaves some side-by-side as we got a driver heading to pit lane. Is that the 33? It is indeed. So that's Taylor Hurst.
Well, you see Steven Wilson's putting all the pressure on Colin Keister here. Keister just had a pretty decent slide through 3 there. He's just fighting here. He feels Steven Wilson breathing down his neck right now. He knows that he's going to apply as much pressure as possible. We have a couple more cars peeling off back there. I believe that's Femi back there. Yes, it is. It looks like Graham Bolin as well. Oh, and Nick Ottinger as well has pitted.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, and we get a caution. Somebody's had an issue. Looks like Gary maybe, that have caused a yellow here at IMS. And there they are side by side coming out of the pit lane, Ryan. Both of them don't want to give it up, and eventually arrows down here.
Yeah, just trying to get all you can here. Mommy just kind of squeezes there. Tyler Gary. I mean, there's just...
Whoa!
It's a game of give or take there, right? You know, it's a real bad position to put yourself in, being too wide there. I don't know if they were trying to shuffle into being single file there, but regardless, it ended up in a caution and, you know, really messed up a couple people's day here.
We're in the back, perhaps not as fast, but they have track position, and we know how important that is. 30-lap dash, this could get really exciting.
Garrett Lowe on the point, looking for the restart. Pace car is in. He's holding them for a long time, and green flag is now finally out. Ray Alfala gets caught napping just a little bit, and Taylor Hurst, who is still trying to... No, he's not trying to get his lap back. He did get his lap back. He's going to be restarting up at the front. That worked out beautifully for the 33, going from a lap down to now battling for P2. 4 or 5 laps difference on the tires. They got extremely lucky. Whoa,
one side race going back in the pack, yeah. Looks like he may have saved it. I think we're going to stay green, but yeah, I mean, the greatest gift of all is track position, right? Especially in a race like this where the draft is so important. Having that clean air, being able to kind of move your car around in the corners. You don't want to be stuck in the back of the pack racing two by two like this. You want to be one of those guys, like Garrett Lowe, Ray Alfala, Taylor Hurst, Matt Busa. You want to be able to move around a little bit. Yeah, you want to stay in the draft on the straightaways, but you want to be able to peek out. You want to be able to get some air on that nose, be able to get that rotation through the center.
Well, again, if Alfala can hold on to this spot out of the corner, I think he has it. If Wilson goes with him, we'll see the decision that's made. And in fact, no, Wilson thinks the same of Alfala. Maybe he doesn't think the 69 is that strong of a race car right now, so he'll try to give help to Olot and Bosun. who is just going to be able to slide up in front of Ray Alfala. But again, that was a battle right there that Wilson gets to determine the outcome of that positional battle. And you can see right there how well Wilson has been able to cart through traffic. He's able to get up to third and now has his sights set on pushing the 22 and trying to chase down Garrett Lowe.
Well, you look at a position like Steven Wilson's in right now, right? He has about a 10-car length gap to the next car behind him as you see him pushing Femi all the way to the rear bumper of Garrett Lowe. But, you know, when you have a big gap like that, you're more enticed to make those moves as they have contact in the back. That's Matthew Zwack getting pushed all the way to the fourth lane. We're 4 wide off of turn number 3.
Oh my goodness, down on the inside, Tinsley is going to be able to pull ahead of them. It worked out best for him, although he is getting loose. And Femi Ola, he is going to move to the lead now. It's all changed around. Steven Wilson is going to go with him. Lowe goes from first to third in a single straightaway. Still 3 wide down here, farther in the pack. My goodness, if we don't get another yellow, it'll be against the best efforts of these drivers.
Oh,
there it goes. There's the caution. Tinsley, unfortunately, while he picked right the first time, the second time it did not go so well. Let's take a look at what brought us to this point and make this really varied call on the track. And there's the 3 wide. Like I said, Tinsley, unfortunately, jokers to the left and others to the right. And I've lost the quote already. But the result is that he winds up the one stuck, not in the middle, but in the wall here with the safety barrier collecting him.
Pretty much all the way to the end. If you're somebody that came down in pit, they are just on the outside of the top 10 right now, though. And old tires looks like it's working as we see some smoke there, some guys sliding around.
You say that, but that was Wilson that initially got loose and caused that smoke. He had to chase that car up the hill. He is the highest of those who pitted on this last caution. He's up to 11th. And meanwhile, Falkingham has managed to overtake Lowe. He's up to the top spot.
When you look 20th on back, they fight for every position. Wilson ducking way out of line, looking 4 wide to try and get the job done. He's able to get by a couple of cars, but again, so much work being done, racing so hard, and yet he hasn't gained a single position in the last couple of laps. He might be able to get up to 8th if he can clear guest. He's going to be able to do it. So 13 laps to go. Wilson is starting to make some progress as Zielinski and Minter get together in turn 4. That Daniel Falkingham might win this race as one car into the outside wall. Salas squeezes up into the E-Racer number 69. It makes it 3 wide. Duvall looks to the bottom. And how about Parker White? He looked to be out of the count, but still trying to make up some spots as Alfala gets a shove there. That's not going to work. Alfala into the wall. Jimmy Mullis gets turned. Derek Bordeaux. And the caution flag will be out with 11 laps to go, and that's about the last thing you wanted to see if you were one of those drivers who came down and took 4 tires. Colin Bowden wouldn't be completely out of making the top 20 if he were to go to victory lane. Wilson's up here. He could shake things up. Michael Cozy Jr., he's up into the top 6, and he'll have the outside line as we see that kind of the situation forming 3 wide. Busa goes with Salas in the middle, shoves him by, and then I think Alfala tries to get back down. They're still 3 wide, and then Duvall just makes a bit of a move trying to clear up in front of the 29. And again, another 3 wide move off the corner at Indy.
To his outside. 7 laps to go on the restart. Will we get to the finish green, or are we going to get another one coming out? And will that take us to a green-white checkers? Barney holds aloft the flag, and the green flag is out as they restart down into 1. Looks like it's another good start for 3rd place. This time, though, it's going to be Colin Keister who gets the jump, and he's got Wilson pushing him along, Ryan.
Daniel Falkingham gets a massive jump out front. They're 2 by 2 behind him. He is a clean air and clean sailing off into turn number 2.
Almost some more 3 wide there. I think that was Michael Cozy Jr. in the 38 that got sandwiched in there. Here comes the 17 is down back there. It's even tighter, and we got cars into the wall.
Taylor Hurst is through the grass. That's Tucker Minter who gets the worst end of that. He had a vicious impact in the inside wall. He's just going to go ahead and take the tow. His race looks like it is over.
Get very far into the green flag racing before it all unfolded once again.
Yeah, and of course you see a big stack up into the outside lane. A lot of cars pressuring each other, and then just car gets loose on the outside lane there. I believe that was Jimmy Mullis maybe came down and just got right into him there and just shoved him into the inside wall. You saw the black smoke billowing out there. Nothing he could do on board with Graham Bowen here.
So, yeah, so 62 just gets massively loose with all the bumping and banging happening. Much can change here. We've already seen it's on the bubble, though, as you can see, as they flick back and forth with this 2-wide restart. Pace car is in. Falkingham has control, looking for that first victory. Green flag is out. He actually gets a bump just at the right time from Colin Bowden. Look at what that did for him. It shoots him up ahead, Blake.
Bowden trying to go down and block Steven Wilson. He successfully does it. But now Wilson, is he going to be able to get by Cozy? Looks like he's going to be able to slide up in front. They stay 3 wide in the pack. That's Michael Guest, Garrett Mays that are side by side in the middle of the field. But 3 laps to go. It's tied off in 2. Bowden's out of shape, but he keeps it going, and he's just going to avoid the grass.
Whew, close moment for the 17. 3 laps to go, 2.5 really, as we hit the turn 3 entry. Falkingham ahead of Garrett Lowe. He got that big run, but now the 89 tries to chase him down. They'll get the popsicle sticks as they come to the line, Ryan.
Looks like they're going to make it to the white flag here. Daniel Falkingham has a big lead over Garrett Lowe, but now Steven Wilson's going to challenge for the 2nd position.
The race is official. Wilson coming up to the back of Lowe. He's got to make 2 passes in 1 lap if he wants to deny Falkingham that first win. The current reigning champion already moving down to the inside. Garrett Lowe does not fight him hard. He allows him through. What can Daniel Falkingham do to hold on to this win? Are the tires enough for Steven Wilson? He doesn't have help from behind either. It has got to be all on that rubber to be able to drag himself up to the win. Down into turn 3. He gains yet more on the entry to the corner. The 54 trying to get down to the apron. Does he cover the inside in time? He does late. It bulks the number 10 as they come to the turn 4 exit. Will this be enough, or is this going to be a run to the line? Steven Wilson follows him out, but no, he doesn't have the momentum as Falkingham is going to get his first win in eNASCAR.
What an unbelievable run by Steven Wilson.
It has meant everything. Look at the thrill and excitement. He has his chest pumping as he gets congratulations from Wilson going through the corners, bumping him and letting him know his approval of what a fantastic defense that was, Ryan. He knew he had to cover that, and at the last moment, he just got it in the way.